Introverting introvert. It's been a while, but I have good reasons. Primarily, lazy. Just not getting around to it, you know. Uh, I think sometimes I know I do, and I think a lot of you probably do as well. Think that what we have to say is not that important anyway. Nobody is interested in it, and which may be true, actually. Um, and I think that's part of the reason. You know, I just think that some of the things that I've learned down through the years uh, in counseling sessions and in school and so forth, I just sort of take for granted. You know, like everybody knows that, but the truth is that everybody doesn't know that because there was a time in my life when I didn't know it. I had to be taught it. But one of the things that I think is the most important thing that we can be thinking about is our thinking. Our thinking actually is a miracle when you think about it, because the brain is an organ that has the chemistry, the wherewithal chemistry to make thought happen, to make consciousness happen. What a miracle. And thinking is the primary director of our lives. So goes our thinking, so goes our lives. Our decisions come out of our thinking. And our decisions determine the direction of our lives. It's kind of a no-brainer in a way, you know. And yet it seems that there's so many who, first of all, think that their thinking is the end-all, be-all. It's right. It's true. Which is not true. That is, our thinking sometimes is not true at all. And that's where learning comes in. You know, you listen, you study, you learn, and your thinking changes. And your life changes. And there's so many are stuck in a way of thinking that is so depressing, so negativistic, so sabotaging to their life. I think we need to think about what we're thinking about and ask ourselves how true that is. If it's logical, if it's reasonable, check out our thinking with someone else that we respect as a thinker. Critical think critically. Look that up. Be a good thing for you to do. Look up critical thinking. That doesn't mean that we're critical in our thinking or thinking critically in terms of being negative, but thinking critically is a way of thinking logically or reasonably, soundly. Our lives can change if our thinking changes. Our lives will change if our thinking changes. I know when I first started thinking about all this, I got what I called a thinking notebook, and I started writing down my thoughts. Just periodically, not all the time, of course, but just periodically I would write down what I was thinking about. And then I would look at it and critically, or think more critically about it. How true is this? Our emotions, mad, sad, glad, afraid, ashamed, hurt, all those basic emotions, come from primarily our thinking. I know there's some endogenous emotions that come from our hormones, you know, from our body chemistry, things like that. But primarily, Our emotions come from what we're thinking. Makes a big, big, big difference, of course. Think about what you're thinking about and ask yourself how true that is and what kind of behavior results from that kind of thinking. What kind of emotions occur as a result of that kind of thinking. And you might be surprised that with just a few changes in your thoughts, you can have some big changes in your life. And don't forget I said that.